Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined by the one, the only, Mr. Jason Cameron.
Hello, David. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I mean, do you have 2019 vibes here? We are in a studio.
It feels unreal. I love it.
And it's a rainy day and you still made it here. I'd like to say you made it here on time.
Punctuality is key in my life. I try and be on time, maybe 5 minutes early.
No one is ever on time for me. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Did you have to leave your day job to come here? I think people see, they've watched you on Winter House. People don't realize you actually have a day job.
Yeah. No, I have a few day jobs. I'm part-time model, part-time with my nonprofit, and part-time working on other projects that are just really back to back to back. So if I'm not in one place, I'm in the other. And you just caught me on an off day, which was great.
What do you do for your nonprofit? It's called Glam for Good, right?
Yes, Glam for Good. I'm pretty much like director of operations where, I'm in the warehouse. I'm organizing the gives. I'm getting ready for the gives to go out, and I'm taking in, all the materials that we need to do the gives as well.
And what is it, for people who don't know?
Well, Glam for Good, we use fashion to empower communities, people or families in social economic, disparity or, ACS, women's shelters. We go everywhere, and wherever they need some, clothing or I don't even know how to say household items, we can take care of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just a nice guy.
Yeah. I get it from my mama. What can I say?
I mean, I think anyone that does anything for right? I mean, you don't have to do that.
No, but everyone should a little bit, and I think that brings a little more awareness to just being who you are.
That's true. Now, you are from upstate New York originally. How did you come to New York City to be a male model? Did you grow up and say, this is what I want to do with my life?
It was something I had in the back of my mind. It was something my mom always kind of told me growing up, you're my little model. And I was like, oh, that's cute. But, I went to school, did college, and then after I didn't want to do an office thing, so I moved in with my grandmother. She lived in Detroit. So fast forward a year after that, she kicked me out. And she's like, you need to do something. And that's when I was like, well, let me give it a shot. And so I drove from Detroit to New York, found an apartment. And the rest is history. That was 11, almost 12 years ago.
I mean, well, listen, a lot of us grew up and our mothers tell us that, you look like a model, but in the real world, that doesn't cut it for everyone. How did you just figured, hey.
I kind of studied, the Tyson Beckfords and, the larger, bigger models. And I was like, you know what? And I just kind of just watched and studied and, thought if I didn't give it a shot, I would be doing myself a disservice.
You're like, if Tyson Beckford could do it?
Well, he used to live in Rochester as well for a little bit.
See?
Yeah.
There's something in the water in Rochester.
Watch out.
Oh, my God. So what is the life, of a male model in New York City these days like?
Trying to get back to work. I think everything with, the offices and the spaces that we used to work in that were so, pushed with fashion and ideas and people and collaborations are kind of, slowly coming back. The world is still opening up in a sense, but the male model life is up and at it. You got to be ready for everything and at any time. So
now, listen, I think I'm one of them. I've talked to a lot of models, but you do have a perception, good-looking people. You walk down a runway, you get a bunch of clothes, you meet a bunch of other really hot people. How hard could this be? But tell me, is it really, is that a hard job or not?
It can be a hard job. A lot of people don't give it the credit it's due in the sense of maintaining these relationships or even being able to maintain multiple personalities on a set. People can drive you crazy at times, but at the same time, it's to keep that in the composure and keep your composure and making sure everything goes to get the product that they need. So,
and do you really get a lot of free clothes I've made up in my mind?
Everything I'm wearing was given to me.
Really?
Unfortunately. Well, except for my T-shirt.
There's nothing wrong with that. I would love free clothes.
Yeah. No, I get a few. But, you have to think about it. I've been doing this for 10 years. So, plus, there's a lot of clothes out there.
And it really is a lot of people could burn bridges, don't use that one again. He was late. Right?
Yeah,
That's
it's real easy. You get on the back side of a producer or someone that's a casting director, you won't see any of their projects.
That's the end of it.
Real quick.
So
Swift.
you're doing, you're living your life, working for, Glam for Good, you're modeling, everything is going great. How does that lead? How did you get involved with Winter House?
Yeah, that kind of came from left field. Didn't see it coming. One of my good friends in the modeling industry, Julia, Jules,
Who was on the show?
who was on the first season, was one of my besties. We used to cut it up at the clubs, the rooftop parties, and she had said that maybe I'd be a good fit. And yeah, a few interviews later, there we were.
And she was already involved. She knew Paige.
Yeah,
so...
yep. Her and Paige grew up together, doing their little modeling limited to, modeling gigs. It was really cute. I saw the photos.
Did you watch reality TV before?
A little bit.
You did?
Yeah, I've watched a little bit more like Below Deck and some of the Housewives stuff, but some of the earlier stuff.
You actually, listen, you're a straight man, so Below Deck makes sense, but Housewives, really?
When I had to, and with friends or significant others, yeah, I'll sit and watch the drama.
Okay, so when you got involved, when Julia's like, come on, like, did you have reservations? Were you like, let's do it? Like, did you have any second thoughts?
Oh, as my grandmother said, try anything twice, and so I was like, oh, this sounds fun. This could be interesting. This could be bad. But it sounds more interesting than, harmful, so.
So did you know what to expect, like having watched like some Housewives, some Below Deck?
No, and, some people were telling me, you should watch, the other seasons of, Summer House and try and, get a feel for, who people are and Southern Charm. And I'm like, I could do that, but like, let me just see who they are. Let me just learn to get to know these people on my own. And, I watched an episode or two of Summer House, but I just kind of kept it clear-headed going into these experiences.
I've talked to housewives that even watched Housewives, just they were fans, and they even said like the best advice they got from prior people was like, whatever you've seen, just throw it out and just really take whoever you're meeting at face value.
Absolutely.
So you really know, and you didn't know, did you ever meet like Paige, or like, did you know?
No. I had no idea who anyone was except for Jules going in there. I came in blind.
Wow.
Literally.
And you didn't even know Andrea, like, from the business?
No, I may have seen his face around, but, in these casting halls and, you see everyone at least once.
So you get there. Here you are. When filming started, when everything, like, did you know what to expect? It was just go and here you are.
I'd done some acting as far as modeling, acting, and, as far as being mic'd behind cameras, and, like, that was comfortable. But learning, the pace at which we work and, getting to know people's personalities and learning who knows who and who slept with who or who's angry at who, like, that took some time. And you have to observe and, like, see what's going on to see where, your place even fits or who you are in this whole process.
Totally. Did you feel like at a disadvantage? I guess there were 4 of you, but did you feel like at a disadvantage